What up, y'all? It's your boy Ja. I'm here to keep it 3,000 with y'all today. So, in my last video, on the first podcast ever, I told you how to go up 5 right? I told you how to get has, okay? But I realized after watching that video back that I never taught you how to keep them though. Oh. I never taught you how to keep them though, right? So like, this is the thing. Going up, it's just like making money. Making money, going up, getting motion. It's actually not that difficult. It could literally happen overnight. But when that night is over with, are you still the person that made it happen? Right? So I've seen plenty of times, and this video is not about like how to keep the hus. This video is about how to keep your emotion, right? Because this doesn't just apply to the hus. Like the last video is about the hus, but this is a part two. But it's an expanded version. It's about how to keep your emotion, right? Because this could go with money, this could go with networking, this could go with, you know what I'm saying? This could go with even just like having a talent and mastering that talent, how to keep your emotion, right? So you got to understand, right, that emotion gonna come and go, okay? That's never the problem, right? That's like food. We eat food, and then the food we ate that we had is gone, right? That's not the problem, right? The problem is some people don't know how to get more food, right? So your emotion gonna come and go. You gonna one day you gonna eat your emotion up, right? But for a person that really has motion, that's not a problem because zero doesn't mean nothing. Catching my drift? For a real P in this game, zero don't mean nothing. It just means shit. Got to do what it. It's gotta happen in a way that's not logical, right? So anywho, in the last video, I told you want to have a washing machine method, right? So with anything you want to do, and you want to get motion quick, you got to go somewhere where whatever you're trying to do, like the hot spot of that place, right? So if you want to meet a lot of women, you got to go to you got to work at a restaurant or work where a lot of women go to or something, or go to a club that has a lot of women. That's the fastest way. It's the fastest way. I mean, it could happen faster than that technically, but if you want to take a practical action, to me, that's one of the fastest ways. You could do that instantly. You could just look up a club, go apply for a job, go to a place where a lot of women are right now. You could walk there, run there, Uber there, drive there. You could do it, or you could do it on your phone. You don't have to. It doesn't have to be a physical place. It could be a virtual place, right? And it doesn't matter when you're a P, right? Because he has a motion mindset. It doesn't really matter what arena you put him in. Just put him in an arena. That's how you got to think. You got to think like, I'm the type of dude, it doesn't matter what arena you put me in. It doesn't matter if you surround me around black people, white people. It don't matter if I'm around rich people, broke people, hood people, innocent people. You know what I'm saying? It doesn't matter because the person I am, who I know myself to be, I'm going to have motion in that circumstance. Right? So it's easy to get motion. Just go to what, right? My last video, it goes way more in depth, but long story short, put yourself in a position where whatever you want is highly trafficked through wherever you're at, right? Right? You want to make sure there's a lot of traffic, a lot of volume is happening every day. If you like money, right? If you want to make money, you want to get your money up, you have to go where money is being exchanged, right? You have to, that's the fastest way, right? Who knows what that looks like for you? Maybe that's a product, maybe that's a job, maybe that's but shit, who knows? Whatever your belief system is, we all got different belief systems, so it doesn't really matter. Just take these concepts and put them generally and apply your own belief systems to them. So now to the title of the video, how to keep that motion, right? We know how to get motion. We said that in the last video. How to keep it, okay? This is where emotional and inner and thought awareness comes in. You have to be aware of yourself. It's the only way. It's the only way. You have to be aware and honest with yourself. If you feel a certain way, you got to figure out why you feel that way, right? If you a P, right, and you got hus, right, Let's on the topic of hus, and one of your hus is seemingly doing something that you don't prefer, right? You got to go within, King. You can't go talk to her, gang. Have you ever tried to talk to let's keep this general, like a partner, about how you feel, and then all it did was just loop? Like you just said it, y'all argued about it, y'all made up, y'all, and then they just started doing it again. Yeah, because talking to somebody doesn't work unless you do something within. You can have all the conversations, you can have all the points, same result because you didn't change something within. You got to change who you are, right? If you the type of dude where you don't want your girl messing with nobody, but you want to mess with somebody, then you gotta understand you gotta be the type of dude that has that type of motion. You gotta look at yourself like that dude. If you don't look at yourself like that dude, but you still want that result, you're never gonna get it. Because how are they gonna treat you like that and you're not even behaving like that? They don't know who you are. Only you do. So how to keep that motion? I would tell you something practical. I would tell you do this, do this, do this. But keeping motion is purely mindset. It's purely mindset. If you look at yourself as someone that's wavy, that has motion, right? Wavy, they have motion, then you will never, ever even fear if you hit zero. Actually, it's almost kind of like a challenge if you hit zero. It's like, let me see what I do at zero. You know what I'm saying? Like people that really know how to make money, sometimes I seen a show like this. This one dude, he was rich. He gave all his money away just to see if he could become a millionaire again. And he did it. Because he was bored. So when you really know how to have emotion, like when you really understand yourself and you know how to play your role and get your benefits in your ideal life, then you will have no problem getting the motion. Keeping it is always a thing. So here's the mindset for keeping it. You actually don't want to keep your motion, right? Like, you don't want to keep anything, right? We live in a world where everything is always moving. Like, everything's moving. Like, even if it's moving really slow and we can't notice it, everything's moving. So there's no point of trying to keep something. That's a waste of your energy. Everything is moving. Everything is sheep in a farm. You'll be outside all day trying to keep them sheep in the same area. They gonna walk around. That's what they do, right? What you gotta do is you gotta have the mindset to know that it doesn't matter what happens. I always know I can create, fix, transmute, restart any situation, right? You gotta know, like, oh, if I was in a relationship for 3 months, it didn't work out, I cut off everybody. I'm the type of dude that in a week I'll know somebody else. I'll know somebody else. That don't mean you gotta do it. That don't mean you gotta be that type of guy that does it. Like, oh, I move on quick. But you want to know that you could. That's the key to life. Life ain't about unlocking everything. It's about knowing you could. It ain't about going in every room in the house. It's about knowing if I need to go in that room and if I want to go in that room, I can. But I'm chilling right here though. Right? That's the inner mindset you want to have with everything. It's not just the hustle. I'm telling you, this is about motion. Even if it's money, even if it's your career, if it's your talent, you want to know, look, let's say you play guitar. Let's say your guitar breaks, right? You want to know, it doesn't matter if my guitar breaks. I'm such a guitarist. I'm such a music head. I'm such a talented person. I know myself that I still know that I can either, one, get another guitar, two, or still figure out and learn and enjoy and appreciate guitar without the guitar until I get one and still go up, right? Same thing with money. You can just be like, look, I know how to get money. I know how to boom, get a job here, boom, save up that little job money, boom, then boom, start my. If you know how to do that, then you'll never be worried about going broke. And if you never worried about going broke, right? If you never worried about it, then it's probably not even gonna happen, because most people run out of money and they can't hold their emotion because they're so scared to lose it. Same thing with the girls. They're so scared to lose their girl that they end up having like trust issues, and basically making her feel weird. You know what I'm saying? Long story short, and she ends up cheating on him anyways, or just leaving him because she's like, "This is not the type of guy. This not my type of guy." When you scared to lose something, think about it. Our feelings, right? They're a reflection of our behaviors and our thoughts, right? So when you're scared to lose something, you're gonna start behaving like that. And when you behave like that, you're going to get results like that. If I'm behaving scared, I'm going to get scared results. What do you expect? You expect to behave scared and then like everything be like you're a hero? Like, be real. You think Batman do that, bro? You think Batman like, look, I'm going to go out here scared as hell, shivering. So bad I can't even, I'm shivering, I'm frozen. And everybody's going to call me the hero. No. That's not how it works, gang. And you know that already. So back to the keep it emotion. It's all mindset. So you always have to be basically tweaking and upgrading your mindset, because you're always expanding. If you're having motion don't stay still, right? So that's why people lose their motion, because they actually can't even accept the fact that it's expanding. They have motion. Stuff needs to happen for your motion to expand. And that means you have to grow like internally, because you have to be able to accept new information, right? Like, so let's say you got like 4 people you talking to. If you have 4 people you talking to, that's 4 people reporting their life to you, taking your energy. You have to be able to like have a sense of self, so when these things are happening, you don't lose yourself and just become part of their plan, right? Same thing with money. If you don't have a sense of self, then one day the money is going to put you in a situation where you got to pick yourself for the money, right? And that's why a lot of people do stuff they hate for the money and regret it, and still be depressed, still be in debt, still be all these negative things, because they never fix the real problem, where the root problem always is. If you have a problem, right? If you perceive yourself having a problem, then I know it's not outside of you. It's always within you, because there's no such thing as a problem outside. The only person that has a problem with stuff is you, gang. Being broke is not even a problem. The only one that has a problem with it is you. You the one that can't handle being broke. You the one that can't handle having no highs. So since you can't handle it, then you gotta solve it within. It ain't the government that gotta solve it. You the one that's insecure about the relationship between tariffs and Russia. So you do something. No one's causing you to feel like nothing. Think about people that do BDSM. You know what BDSM is? Like when they like slap each other and like tie each other up when they're doing intimate stuff. They get slapped in the face and they like it, because they get to choose what they like and what they don't like. It's literally a choice. Every day, all we do is just choose what we do and don't like. We think like there's like this general thing. No, like it's just us, bro. If you want to change your whole belief system and start liking stuff that you hate right now, there's a whole group of people that will support you, bro. There's a club for that, gang. There's a friend group for that, gang. You'll notice you're not the only one, bro. People just be picking and choose. There's no rules in life, bro. People just pick and choose what's real, bro. The government, are you serious, gang? You think we just make up rules, bro? We just like, don't really like when people steal from me, so let's make it illegal. Let's make it like where you get punished to do it, so people are less likely to do it, even though they keep doing it. You know, like, bro, you catching my drift, gang? We making up all this stuff. We choosing all this stuff. So if we always making up stuff, choosing stuff, why don't we choose and make up stuff that serve us, gang? Why don't we choose good mindsets, gang? 24/7. And I'm not just talking to y'all. I'm talking to me. Like, why me? Why? I'm gonna interview myself. Me. Yo, me, why don't you just choose good mindsets and positive mindsets that serve you 24/7, since it's a choice, and those negative mindsets are only ones that you're choosing because you could look at it in a different perspective. Well, honestly, bro, I don't be feeling like it, bro. I'm too lazy, bro. I'd rather just think negative, bro. I'd rather just think negative, bro. I got energy for that, bro. But positive, that's lame, bro. You know how lame it is to go to work and feel good at work, bro? That's lame, bro. I can't do it. I'd rather feel terrible, bro. Miserable. For real. Well, I appreciate your honesty, man. That's real, bro. That's real, bro. I really relate to that. You rather feel miserable than good. Like that's really relatable. That don't even sound right, right? Like, let's keep it 2 million. That don't sound right. That whole conversation just sounded goofy. If you clip that conversation by itself and don't say nothing, it sound goofy, bro. So that's why we got to choose mindsets that serve us, because don't it look mad goofy for us to pick a mindset that don't serve us? If you don't think you that guy, then how you gonna have motion? If you don't think you're talented, then how you gonna succeed in your talents? If you don't think you're smart, then how the hell you gonna do good in school, bro? You can't walk around saying I'm dumb, but I'm gonna do school though. You better start being smart, bro. You can't say I want to lose weight, but I'm lazy and ugly and fat. Well, you cook then, twin. One last story before I cut this. It was this girl named, I'm not even gonna space her name. I'm gonna call her Venus, right? I was in this like thing where I was hanging out with this girl named Venus, and she said she wanted to be a model. And Venus is like, she was touching 40. She's auntie, right? She was touching 40, but she still kind of looked pretty. But she was touching 40, so she was like, "Oh, but I'm too old to be a model." And everybody was like, "No, you're so beautiful. There's older models. You're so beautiful. Even if there wasn't, you still look good enough to be a model. You should follow your dreams." Like gassing her up, supporting her, whatever. And she was like, "I don't know if I can do it. I don't know if I can compete with these young girls." And then one girl out of nowhere was like, "Okay, whatever. You're fucked then. I guess you're not. I guess you're fucked." And I busted out laughing. I busted out laughing because, like, exactly, bruh. We go around like hating on ourselves internally, and then expect like good results. like, oh, I'm gonna say I'm an average guy. I'm kind of cool. I have my flaws that I'm working through. I'm learning life. But then I'm gonna say that I'm gonna have that narrative. But then I'm gonna go try to have a crazy, epic life with that narrative about myself. I'm just a normal guy that's learning, figuring out things in life, taking it easy, taking it day by day. That's you. But you want to go be on a yacht with Meek Mill and Bill Gates. But come on, gang. You can't. But that's what we do, gang. We do it so much. So that's why I said in the very beginning of the video, for the people that are aware, because I know y'all are aware. I know y'all are listening. I know y'all are consuming this. For those people, right, which is all of you, right? So for you, goes back to the original statement about mental, emotional, and thought awareness. You got to have that to keep your motion, because if you don't think you're that guy, you'll start losing the motion. You'll start tweaking out. You'll start being paranoid. Long story short, sum up this whole video in a long story short, how to keep your motion. You gotta know that you got it. You got to know in any circumstances, since the motion is only created because you created it. And see, people be thinking they caught motion. Those are the people that get messed up, that chase dreams, that sell drugs and follow trends on TikTok, because they think they caught motion. They think something happened and they got on the good side of it. You can't be the dude that caught motion. You got to be the dude that created motion. And that's all I got to say. I kept it 3,000 with y'all, so I'm going to keep y'all 1,000,005 right now. I love y'all. All this shit right here, bro, all the stuff I'm talking about, it don't even matter, gang. At the end of the day, that will be done on earth as it is in heaven. Right? So everything I said at this point, like, that's the past, gang. Like, take the information, do what you will with it, but now we moving forward. That's the whole idea of motion, gang. All that was the past. I did great. I did phenomenal. But guess what? I'm here. I'm here right now. That's not. So keep that in mind. Sit on that. Contemplate with that. Meditate with that. I'll catch y'all later. It's your boy Ja. Yeah.